If you looked down one day and had caterpillars for toes, it would be troubling. But setting aside the anatomically concerning aspects of this, there are a number of things to think about. From egg to death, the painted lady can live for around 12 months in the wild, but if each of your toes were caterpillars that could live as long as you can, there would undoubtedly be some stages of change that you must consider. The caterpillar stage is very important. The leg-like appendages allow the little worms to wriggle around on 3 pairs of true legs, though it could be suggested there are 2 main points of major concern. Once the caterpillar begins metamorphosis into a butterfly or moth, the cocoon it will be housed in would be so fragile to a human's touch. The silky case created by the larva is a form of protection while it is a little pupa. After this it'll go on to become a butterfly or moth depending on the species. The question is, would you be more concerned about the cocoon stage or the butterfly stage? Once in the butterfly stage, it'll be the same until its death. Butterflies are very fragile, though what's the point in worrying about a stage in the future you are yet to ensue? After all, the butterfly can only become a butterfly if the cocoon remains healthy and intact, so if you worry about this stage, it'll be more likely to grow and become a healthy butterfly under your supervision and moral support. Beyond this, what life is it to be a butterfly but stuck to a human's body? If they are biologically connected to you, perhaps you can move them like any other toes would move, though if they are more of a virus, you are a host, their livelihood depends on yours. But then, as they wriggle around at the end of your feet, it's not much of a life. You couldn't wear socks or shoes, but sandals could be worn. You couldn't play piano easily because of the pedals, and you couldn't drive for the same reason, but you could still play cello because that typically doesn't involve your toes. But then, the caterpillars wouldn't be able to exercise, so instead of a foot bath you could get some plant pots instead and let them roam. But then why would you worry about them becoming butterflies? You only know what is right in front of you after all, so you have to work with what you've got. If you worry about them once they are butterflies, one of the major concerns would be whether or not the butterflies could use their wings to their fullest. I would be worried about the cocoon stage more than any other stage, though if you had caterpillars for toes, it would be an inconvenience to both you and the Lepidoptera. I'd rather not have caterpillars for toes, but if I did, I would worry a lot about them.